Welcome back to Speak for Yourself, presented by Hyundai. Let's talk about America's team, or so they call them, the Cowboys. They've definitely had a rough week, coming off a blowout loss on Monday night, and some anonymous players called out the coaching staff. Well, Dallas currently sits at 2-4, and linebacker Jalen Smith says their matchup against Washington Sunday on Fox is, quote, a must-win. I hear you, Jalen Smith.
Oh, really?
You sound a little nervous, though, but Marcellus, you tell me, is Sunday a must-win game for them boys?
No, it's not a must-win game. And I hate when people want to use hyperbole when you need to be literal in certain situations. Like, I don't even need it to be hyperbolic. Just be real right now, Jalen Smith. What are you trying to go out there and motivate others through some falseness? We know this is not a must-win. This is more of a, it would be nice to win to keep pace with the Philadelphia Eagles, but not a must-win. You know, the statement is, in case of emergency, break glass. Not, well, in case of desire, in case of want, break glass. And that's what he's doing right now. He's breaking the glass. How many times are you going to get a chance to break the glass? Just once. Because then we get into what you talked about the other day. Players-only meetings. It sounds like one of those, like you're going over there and hitting the emergency switch. We must win. What happens? Let's just say that you don't win this game. What is going to be the motivational message going forward if we just lost the must-win in terms of the piercing of their psyche and confidence? So you ain't got to lie to me, big dog. We know we can lose this game and still achieve our goals, so don't go out there and lie to me with hyperbole.
My dog, I don't think Jalen Smith is lying.
Oh, he lying.
When he says they must win, I think the Cowboys, they must win. Here's why. The Cowboys are facing several different ailments. They have a lack of talent. Specifically, it's some positions.
Oh, okay.
Some positions, defensive backs particularly. They're full of emotions. And in the game of football, you can't really wear your emotions on your sleeve. They currently have several different ailments, but there's a cure. There's a cure. You can't go to the doctor's office and get it.
You can't get
you can't go to the herbal supplement person and get it. Can't go down to Venice and try to get some of these natural. And no. It's winning. Winning is the cure. Winning is the cure for every problem the Dallas Cowboys has. Their lack of running to the ball and how much we're criticizing them for it. Their lack of having a competent defensive coordinator. Their questions surrounding Mike McCarthy as head coach. Their questions surrounding Jerry Jones. Their questions surrounding Andy Dalton. The questions surrounding Ezekiel Elliott can all be solved by winning. Jalen Smith understands, hey, bruh, if we go out there and win, we don't have to deal with all this, man. If we go out there and win, we don't have to deal with all of the nonsense and the naysayers, at least for 1 week. I'll also say this. This is why they must win, Marcellus. They haven't played winning football all season. They have 2 wins.
Who has in that division?
That's fair.
I mean, come on.
They have 2 wins, but they haven't played winning football. Your first win against the Atlanta Falcons, in which you trail by 20. There's a 1 in 450 chance that you will come back, because we've seen all these teams, and you, Cowboys, somehow miraculously come back because the Falcons trick it off. Then your other win is against the New York Giants, who are 1 in 6.
Don't do that.
You haven't played winning football, so for me, it is a must-win for the Cowboys.
Yeah, but look, Dak did this too. I think he gave us a must-win, then he got hurt. But this whole must-win when you know you're playing against a team that you should beat and a team that you have beat. What they beat in Washington 7 of the last 8 times they played them. Like, it's like Philadelphia yesterday going in, we must win, we must beat the Giants. Yeah, you're now beating them 8 straight. So come on, man, if you're really going to take me there, let's go there. I don't like this because it's the same guy. You know how it is. When someone wants to be the rah-rah guy, the first thing you do is read his stripes. You look and say, oh, that's Jalen Smith. Oh, he got paid. Oh, he's a good linebacker. Oh, but lately, he hasn't been that same guy. You start looking at the film without him watching you, but you're watching the film in your own mind's eye. You're like, is this the same Jalen Smith who was chasing down DeAndre Hopkins in the loss to Arizona and let DeMarcus Lawrence run past him, and Jalen Smith talking about, oh, yeah, you know what, even me, I need to be held accountable. Wait a minute. So on moments when it's actually time to go out there and prove it, to actually do it, to let your words go and speak through action, you're not leading through that. But then you want to sit here in a press conference or on a Zoom meeting and sit there and say, we must win. Players can see through that. That's why I'm not feeling it.
Let me tell you this, because I think you'll know this better than I and all the fans sitting at home. Everybody in the NFL is talented. Hint, everybody's talented, but not everybody is confident.
Okay.
Confidence is the difference between you being a superstar and to me, and you being, okay, why do I say that? 2014, I believe it was, because I was still playing back then. We played Odell Beckham, New York Giants. It was, I want to say, week 7 of the season, before he had made the 3-finger catch.
Okay.
Marcellus, Odell averaged 4 catches a game, 44 yards. In all his games before making the 3-finger catch, he only had 2 touchdowns. In the 7 games after making the 3-finger catch, Odell averaged 8 catches a game, 88 yards, and had 9 touchdowns. Same amount of time, same player, same quarterback, same running back, same offensive line. What was the difference? Odell had confidence. If the Dallas Cowboys lose to the Washington football team, and the Cowboys become the worst team in the worst division in all of football, when they take the field, Marcellus, they might not expect to lose, but they surely will not expect to win. And I think that matters in football. Every now and then you take the field and you like, oh, I know beyond the shadow of a doubt we will win.
Yeah.
Then you take the field and you like, yeah, if we play well. My coach, my rookie year, Pat Shermer. And I got another story for y'all, but I'm going to tell this one right now.
Dang.
Pat Shermer, I was hurt. I tore my MCL, so I would be on the elliptical every morning, and Pat Shermer would come in and work out. I try to get healthy. Trying to get healthy. So, Pete, every day he would come to me and be like, hey, Acho, we can beat these boys. We can beat. He was telling me as if he needed to tell himself. Because he didn't have the confidence that we could really win. If the Cowboys don't beat the football team, they will start taking the field with doubt in their mind. And doubt is that first sign of weakness.
Soon as you put on a uniform as a Cowboy or as an Eagle or as a football team or as a Giant, you're losing confidence in this NFC East. Nobody has full confidence. They're all playing losing football, so therefore their confidence has waned. I'm going to give it to you like this. I don't like what Jalen Smith is saying if he were my teammate, and I don't like what you're saying right now, because it seems like you want to be absolved of the criticism so we can get back to winning, so we can get back to being confident. I caught the steps in terms of how you want to play this psychologically, and I don't like that, because I don't need the outside forces and outside conversation to be my motivation. It needs to be internal. Here's the thing. You're saying, look, winning cures all. Yeah, but is it curing you in terms of illness, or is it just covering up the symptoms? And guess what? If Ezekiel Elliott doesn't ball out, if DeMarcus Lawrence doesn't get sacks, if we don't see Jalen Smith running sideline to sideline, but you win the game, you're going to be like Carson Wentz, feeling like, oh, we won, we're all good. No, we have a lot of issues. We need more than medicine. We need surgery. My dad used to give it to me like this. I used to run in the house all the time. As you could tell, I used to snack a lot. Like, I would have a big entree and some snacks. I was a Cheetos, Hawaiian Punch kind of kid. And my dad, when we didn't have the snacks, I'd run in there. We didn't have a pantry, just next to the fridge, stuff on the cupboard. And I'm like, Daddy, I'm hungry. He's like, okay, there's something in there to eat. And I'm like, no, Daddy, I'm hungry. What I was really saying is what I want to eat is not in here. My daddy quickly taught me a life lesson. He's like, I want you to know the difference between necessity and desire.
That's facts.
Okay? You walking in here looking for stuff and acting like, oh, my God, what I want's not there, so now I'm going to act like I need something. Be careful, Jalen Smith, because real cats in that locker room going to catch you and separate the real from the fake.
But I don't know if it's fake to say that.
Fake. Do they need to win? Be real, Acho. If they're a game and a half behind the Philadelphia Eagles and they get to play the Eagles twice, are they behind?
Statistically, I know. Statistically, they're still in the fight. But Marcellus, the Washington football team is a bottom 4, bottom 5 team in football.
Yes.
I think consensus agreement.
Agree.
If you lose to the Washington football team, you have wins over the worst team in second worst team in football in the Falcons, the third worst team in football in the Giants, and you would have lost to the 4th worst team in football in the Washington football team. What does that make you?
Whoa, you know.
You feel me?
I know.
No. If you're running a race versus the slowest people in the world, and you lose to all of them, you kind of got to look around and be like, man, what does that make me? The slowest person in the world. If the only people you beat in this race with the slowest people in the world is the first slowest and the second slowest, well, guess what, Marcellus? You're the third slowest. If the Dallas Cowboys only have a victory and only have victories versus 2 of the worst 3 teams in football, that makes them one of the worst teams in football. It is a must-win, because otherwise you are in an abyss, not an abyss. Otherwise, you are the sum of the people you hang out with.
Okay.
And if you hanging out with all these sorry teams, what that make you? Sorry.
But your same logic, let's apply it fully.
Okay.
Okay, so we're only saying it's a must-win because we're right now behind in our division this much.
Absolutely.
And we're trying to keep pace with that team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And if we lose this week to Washington, who we beat 7 of the last 8 times, then we are super sorry. Not just sorry, super sorry because we lost to Washington.
Correct.
Who else lost to Washington? The same team you're talking about, you must win so you can keep pace with. It's a psychological tunnel that you're trying to take me in, but it's a dead end. Jalen, shut up and go out there and ball out, and then I'm going to be a believer. All right? It's time to make our picks for this week's free-to-play Super 6 contest. Terry Bradshaw is putting $1 million up for grabs again this week. All you have to do is correctly predict the outcome of 6 NFL games, sticking with the Cowboys. They're in Washington on Sunday and one of the matchups this week. So, Acho, give me a winner. I'm in it.
I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys. We them boys, 28-26 over the football team.
Okay, I got the Dallas Cowboys as well, 29-16. They're going to get this one. Make sure you get your picks in before kickoff Sunday for your chance to be a millionaire like Acho. And for top stories, scores, and more, go to the Fox Sports app. Coming up, Carson Wentz led the Eagles to a big comeback win last night. We'll tell you what it all means for Philly. Next, Speak for Yourself, presented by Hyundai.